So the Kylian Mbappé soap opera continues, epitomised by the headlines in both France and Spain. The front page of L'Équipe says the breaking point. Meanwhile, Marca, make your mind up once and for all. Luis and Sid with us. Right, where do we start with Mbappé and the drama and everything that surrounds him? Let's start with a simple question. Do Real Madrid want him?
Real Madrid are in a position in which they would like to, how do I express this best? They would like people to believe that, that's gone now. That's not an issue.
He turned them down.
That being the fact that Mbappé could come, that's not an issue now. He turned them down, the door is closed. Now, I think there's a couple of reasons for that, and I think one of the important ones is let's not get dragged into this again.
Okay.
Because of how it could end. Now, of course, none of us are stupid. Well, some of us are. None of us are entirely stupid. If a player as good as Kylian Mbappé becomes available and you can actually do it, you do it. It doesn't matter what he did last time. Right. He's a brilliant footballer. And to be honest, I think that is what Real Madrid's position would be if they genuinely thought this can be done with relatively little fuss. One thing's for sure, they're not looking forward to the possibility of having to go through all of that kind of stuff again, because there's pride at stake here as well.
Do they need him?
Everybody needs Mbappé.
Yeah, right.
If you want a player like this one, it makes a difference when he's on the field. And it's true that Vinicius is in a fantastic form, Rodrigo, Benzema, but when you add a player like this one, you can make the next step. It's someone that is going to score goals, going to assist, is going to be a threat every single time he's on the field. So no one is going to talk about much because everybody knows what happened. Some of them, if finally he arrives to Real Madrid, they will say, we don't need him. But if he arrives, everybody's going to open and put the red carpet to Mbappé because he's a fantastic player.
Vinicius Junior, Benzema, Mbappé, is that where
Sounds good. Sounds good for me. Sounds good to me.
Is that where we're at? How much of a red flag, though, is it all the stories we're hearing within the locker room at PSG, the problems that everyone else seems to have? As a player, does that concern you?
Yeah, not much because I've been almost 20 years in a dressing room, and when you read what is happening outside and when you know what is happening inside, that's nothing to do with the same connection. I mean, there are so many stories, so many rumors, so many things that are happening into the dressing room that no one knows, and some of them, a lot of do the headlights and on the papers, and they are not true. So for me, if you don't have the Mbappé coming out and saying, listen, I don't want to be here, until I don't hear that, it's very difficult to me to find the connection between what is happening outside and what is happening for real inside the dressing room.
How difficult is it to translate that onto the pitch? From what we're hearing, Neymar and Mbappé not getting on and everything that's going on in that?
That's a great example, Dan, because we've seen Mbappé and Neymar talking about the situation, the relationship.
Yeah. Sometimes we like each other, sometimes we don't.
Exactly, but they mention it. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to be friends 100%, but when we're on the field, we fight with each other. But they talk about it. It's not something that someone made up. But inside the dressing room, when they talk and when they have to do, the most important, they go outside and they fight. That's the most important, and that's what everybody cares.
Luis, have you ever played with a player that you hated? And
hate,
how did you?
Hate is a big word.
Okay.
All
right.
Word.
Have you ever played with a player you really genuinely disliked, and were you still okay playing with him?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because when you are on the field, you don't have time. There are so many things around you that you don't have time to think about. Oh, I don't like him. I'm not going to give you the ball. I'm not going to try to help him on the run, or I'm not going to cover because he left the position. You don't have time to that. What you do is try to do your best, because if I'm not doing my job that is helping him, the problem is mine. I mean, I'm giving my team a problem. That's why outside, I'm not going to go for a drink with a guy or for dinner with a guy that I don't like him. And it's very difficult to be friends with 23 players. There is no chance.
Yeah.
No one's have 500 people as a friends, because I've been in 12 different teams. 12 different teams.
They kept kicking you out. I wonder if
guess so.
Is there a common link
Maybe
here?
it's me, the one they don't like. So, yeah.
What about in broadcasting?
Give me time. Give me time. It's my second year.
How will Florentino Perez feel about all of this?
Honestly, I think a little bit conflicted. I think because there's no doubt that what happened in the summer hurt. There's no doubt that what happened in the summer, and I used the word pride earlier, the pride does matter. Mm-hmm. That sense that this is Real Madrid. And one of the things that we've heard from Florentino the entire time since he became Real Madrid president in 2000 has been about the idea of Real Madrid being the biggest club in the world, the idea that this is the club that you come and play for. You do not turn this club down. And that's partly a personal thing as well for him as president. And I think the failure to get Mbappé, whoever you can blame for it, even if you think you did everything you could have done, hurts and makes you feel bad. And I think there is a natural inclination to say, you know what, you're not coming.
Right.
Do you know what? If I can get Haaland instead of you, I will. But, come back to what we were saying before, if Mbappé says, I'm going to make it easy for you, it's all done, here's the paperwork, all you need to do is sign it, you sign it.
The Haaland issue is an interesting caveat,
I think it is. Right, this is not a piece of information. This is intuitive on my part, right? This is me reading between the lines and taking an interpretation. It feels slightly coincidental that this should follow so swiftly after stories saying, by the way, Haaland's got a clause. He can go to Real Madrid, and then you wouldn't need Mbappé anymore.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.